Hey guys, welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. This is going to be a little quick guide update. So Darkest Dungeon got update on July 15th, the Corpse and Hound update. They brought a lot of new game mechanics and they reworked a bunch of the classes as well the end game and also crits. So first of all, they added a new hero, the Houndmaster. The Houndmaster, he's a bit of a hybrid, and he's also really versatile. Like, he can pretty much fight in pretty much any of the back ranks. And I will show a bit of gameplay in future of the video. I'll show you how he plays and what kind of abilities he does. And they had a new mechanic called Diseases, and it's also it's like a debuff you guys gets long term, but instead being where it usually is, it's in its own section. So the way you can cure it is to go to into the sanitarium and cure it from there, and they rework the sanitarium so it works with the diseases and like those quirks that you get. And you can also have positive quirks, and you can lock them now so they don't get removed. So say you have your favorite quirks on your Crusader and you want them in the ruin just because you want to do more unholy damage. You just lock them and they won't get removed from getting new positive quirks. But it's fairly expensive to do that. So as here, I'm just scrolling through the notes. So if you guys want to read it as I'm just going through the notes, you can do it. One thing they done to the quirks is they downgrade them, so you only can have 5 positive and 5 negative, which honestly is good. It just adds a lot more like, let's say, positive towards it. I think it's not a nerf, I think it's actually a big buff, because you have 7 negatives. I had on a few characters and it just didn't work really well, because you always had them in the sanitarium just getting rid of 4, and you put them back into to those missions, and then they just get them back. And so having 5, you can deal with it a lot more easily. And with medical herbs and holy water, instead of having them only using to the interactive objects as you're going through rooms, you can use them now as a buff. So the holy water increases your resistance, and the herbs get rid of debuffs, which is pretty good, honestly, because we had nothing to get rid of debuffs and do it on bosses or against mobs, and you can't get rid of them. Sucked a lot. So they had another mechanic called a corpse, and so once you kill something, it drops a corpse, and it just do that so the monster, when it dies, the monsters remain. It kind of adds some game mechanics, but the thing is with the monsters, if they die to bleed or blight, like what it says right there, it won't make a corpse. Because, as I say, after all, there was too much of the body with their way of blood away, so there's a nice benefit of dot things. So it's a big buff for jesters, because they do dots. A bunch of, like, Bounty Hunter, Plague Doctor especially, and I'll come up to Plague Doctor, because the Plague Doctor is a lot more useful now into the game mechanics. They added another thing where monsters have protection. So the monsters who are bigger or covered in armor have protection, but there's only a few abilities you can get rid of it. Houndmaster does it for once, is one of them. I think he's the only one, but it just adds a little bit more difficulty to the game, which makes sense. But the good thing about protection is it doesn't decrease damage on your dots, so having bleeds and blights are a lot more useful now against protected mobs, so that is really good. And another thing they fix is the mob resistance to dots, because once you get to those level 3 and 5 missions, I realized that the resistance is way too high, and having just Plague Doctors and just having anything doing bleeds. It's almost useless. People just rather do raw, high crit, mark damage. You know, nobody want to do dots. It's just not good. So overall, reduced resistance helps a lot. And they give trinkets that give you more blights and bleeds increase chance, which is really good. So what's good about the dots, bleeds, the blights, the buffs is it shows you how long they last, and they never added that till now, because they really stress over me just to guess how long they will last, but now they do, which is really good, just to realize how long they're going to be there. And just knowing not to just, you don't have to like refresh every 2 rounds. You're like, oh, it's 4 rounds. Okay, I didn't know that. So that's good. So they reworked a bunch of class abilities, and I'll go over there pretty soon. So they readjusted the feathering missions and the chapping missions, because people apparently, I haven't got to that far in the game yet, but apparently they will face roll the late game, and like they will just have like the A team, and they will just go clear a dungeon, and they will just one shot mobs just because they're high crits. So for that reason, they readjust the crit damage to 1.5 instead of double the amount of damage. So it's still like a significant a lot, but it's not as high as it's gonna used to be. But the thing is, what they also did with is dots can crit now, which is significant, really. So your plague doctors who throw blight, like crit doesn't really matter because the dot doesn't crit, but now it does. So crit really matters now, which is really good. So they refix a lot of classes, and the one that got a really big buff is a plague doctor. So they changed the dots and they enhance a lot of abilities. So Noxious Blast and Plague Grenade does an extra damage to its class. So once you get it, it does 3 damage instead of 2 on both. So it's that extra damage does, and it stacks really good. Like I have my Plague Doctor, and he has rank 3 on his dots, and it does I think 5. And if you stack that again, the next round it's 10. It's so much, and it's just so much useful. Like it's just crazy. I just really love that they retweaked the Plague Doctor and give him a huge buff. And they reworked the Grave Robber again, because he's not the greatest like hero in my opinion, but they did give him a lot of self buffs, and also the poison dart also debuffs they got at the same time, so it reduces the blight. So having a Grave Robber and a Plague Doctor in the same group could be good, just because they have a less chance to resist the blight attacks is good. And as you can read, Toxin Trickery has a speed buff now, and they replaced the Forage Captain skill with Snuff Box, which cures of disease, and you can get diseases through missions, of course. And it's just a good way. What I try to do is do minion missions and try bringing a Grave Robber, and when those guys have diseases, I just try to use that. Just be a good way to just remove diseases without going to sanitarium and using all that money. So they reworked the Jester to where solo can be used anywhere, and which is good. It's incredible, honestly. He has so much more synergy now, and you don't have to backtrack and move him and then move him forward again with the solo. You don't have to do that anymore. Solo can be used anywhere, and Bow is still the same. That's the only thing they retweaked is the solo, and I think they increased his stress healing as well. So the Leopard, he's one of my favorites, honestly. If you know how to give him the right trinkets, he's really strong. A lot of people don't like him. I like him. So what they've done is they remove focus and combine with revenge, but it also risk of having decreased defense. But they add a new ability to replace focus as purge, is to remove the corpses and also move backwards the first enemy, which is pretty good. And they increase its self heal and its stress heal for the Leopard. So Leopard got a good buff, a little retweak. And I will go into the in-game and show you all the abilities that they have changed. So what's one good thing they've done is, with Long Quest, they have a lot more better rewards for the lower levels. I've done a few where I haven't seen the trinkets before, and they're really good. Like, the long missions are really worth it now, other than just medium, because I see sometimes long missions only giving you common or uncommon, but never rare or even very rare pieces. But now, Long Quest, all I see them is giving you rare or very rare, which is really good. They added a lot more trinkets into this update, which is also really good. And that's basically it for the notes. So I'll go over to the game really quick and I'll show you all the changes from there. So see you guys there. Alright, so I'll go through each class and show you what the retunes they've done. So they increase the chance you can stun with stun and blow, which is really good for the higher levels. And they readjust bulwark to give you more protection, but also marks the target, which is honestly pretty good, because if you have an Arbalest on your team, he can remove that mark, but it's still pretty good. And they also increase battle heal. Instead of 1 to 3 in rank 1, it's 2 to 4. So that self-healings is very strong and a lot more useful now, and it also increases the stress healing of Inspiring Cry. So the man at arms, they haven't really changed much at all, but since they decreased the chance of you guys getting debuffs, the mobs getting debuffs, since they lower the resistance, Bellow is a lot more useful now. I like it. It's just because it reduces their speed and dodge. It's really good. It's very strong in my opinion. And that's really it. They haven't really changed much Retribution, but they say that's really overpowered, which I can only understand that it is. And the only other one they changed is Battlefield Bandages, and it does a lot more healing, and it gives you a lot more heals received. And that's pretty much it they changed with the Arbalest. They haven't changed Oculus much. They said that it's in the right spot, which I would agree it is. I think they changed one capping skill, that is Unspeakable Commune. That's about it, and other than that, everything else is still the same. It's pretty versatile with its debuffs, which is really good. Same as Festal, they haven't changed it. They like it where it is, and I would agree. The healing's good. The only thing that they did change is Divine Comfort. So when it's rank 2, it's only 1 to 3, not 2 to 2. Which is a bit of a downfall in my opinion. But having that potential of 3 is a big game factor. And with the Highwayman, they didn't change any abilities except for one, which is Track and Shot. And that ability before was only just a self buff, but now it does damage. And also it gives you 12% damage, 6 accuracy, and 5% crit. So even if you're playing a melee Highwayman or a range Highwayman, it's still very useful. I think I looked through the Bounty Hunter to make sure, but they haven't really changed anything except for this. Collect Bounty does 20% more damage versus human, which honestly, it's a good little buff for a Bounty Hunter. They're a lot more stronger against humans, of course, which is good. And now with the Plague Doctor, they buff Noxious Blast and also Plague Grenade. So I rank 2 does 4 damage points for 3 rounds, which is really strong and just like incredible. Honestly, I'm really glad Plague Doctors have an actual spot into your roster now. They weren't good at the early levels, now they are really strong. They're not overpowered, but they have a good spot now. And that's really it. The only thing they have increased is Embalming Vapor, which gives you a lot of damage increasement and speed. with the Jester, all they changed really was the solo, and now you can use it at any rank, which is incredible. I like that change. His positioning is better, and they also increase his stress healing, and it's 10 instead. I think it used to be 6, which is really good. So Jester has a really stronger spot now that it's even like more useful now. I don't think they have really changed much of the Hellion, except for Adrenaline Rush does healing now. So it's kind of like that oh shit moment. He's in death row, better use that little quick heal so he doesn't die in the next hit. So that's like a good adjustment to the self-healing. And then here is the Houndmaster, and I'll show you each ability. So Hound Rush reduces the target by 10% prot and does increased damage versus beasts. Keep in note that its damage base starts with is very low, but the reason is for that is because target whistle, if you use Hound Rush, it does 50% more damage and also applies a debuff. So how I see the Houndmaster is it's a really aggressive playstyle just to throw debuffs really quick, but also adds a little bit of protection to your team. So as you see, it has a stress heal, adds it guards an ally, so it gets 15 dodge. So it's just like the man-at-arms when it throws a guard, it will, instead of hitting the guy, it will hit him. It will hit the Houndmaster, but he has a higher 15 dodge, which is really good just for those moments where you have a feeling that the guy's gonna die soon. You throw that in just to sacrifice a bit. And they also have a self-healing, which is really strong, like incredibly strong for rank 1. 5 healings, very substantial. I honestly have a feeling they might readjust it to 4 or even 3, just because it's such a strong self-heal. And they also have a stun base, which is really good to work with your bounty hunter. And now finally with the leopard, they haven't changed much to its attack except for purge. It clears all corpses and then knocks back the first guy to the far back row. And they put the 2 buffs that were there before. I think this was focus, and they put it in together with revenge. So revenge only did that 25% damage, I think 3% crit, but now it also has accuracy. Whereas a bit of downfall is you get minus 15 dodge and minus 25% protection. So it's only good to use it, say, at the beginning of a fight, but you don't want to keep on having them buff. And they have withstand now, and it gives you 25% protection and it gives you better stress healing, which is really good. So having these 2 buffs honestly would be good, but if you want like play more tankier, a leopard, use withstand other than revenge. And Solemnity, they readjusted it and made it really strong now. Now it's a really strong self-heal, and it gives them a lot of resistance. So you don't have to stack resistance trinkets on your leopard anymore. You can just have a high skill and Solemnity. And they haven't changed Intimidate, and honestly I prefer Intimidate than Hue. The reason is for it is it has a higher accuracy and applies a debuff. And I think they need to change Hue into a different ability, because Intimidate in my opinion is a lot more stronger. Okay, so there is the class changes, and I'll go into the Sanitarium changes. So right here, there only was one to treat quirks, but now there's another one to treat diseases. So like right here, I can throw, oh wait, him into here, gripping the guts. It's just like removing a quirk, doesn't cost much. And there you go, it's pretty explanatory. Where now the medical ward had its own branch to improve. So here it says increased chance of curing extra diseases, which is really good, so I'm going to upgrade that right now. And right here it's just like reduced treatment costs, and you know. And right here is just how much patience you can have in each cell. And that's really it for the classes and just like how the hero changes are. There's not much changes, but they added more trinkets I noticed to the classes, so there's a lot more class specifics. So yeah, I'll show you a bit of gameplay of my Houndmaster. So I'll see you guys there. It's locked, so I don't have a key. There's one of the corrupted altars. Alright, let's see what I can do. Vulnerability. Ooh, that's not too good. Alright, so what do you do usually as a Houndmaster? You use Target Whistle and use Hound Rush to increase the damage of your Hound Rush. Just gonna use Iron Swing to finish him off.
A faint hope blossoms.
Alright, vulnerability. There. And then since he has that, you do quite a bit of damage, almost double the amount.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
There we go.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Alright, not too so bad for a start.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Alright, I'm gonna go down this way. Alright, let's see what I'm gonna do. Can't do much bleed, so I'm gonna do this. Gonna go for the bone courtier. Oh. Close. That's okay. Need help. Heal up my Houndmaster. Oh, that's not good. He does have a self heal, which I like. That's one of my favorite things about him. Which is really good, because he doesn't have much survivability other than that. So I'm just gonna do it again. There we go.
Require only the strength to follow it.
I forgot I didn't do anything. Alright. Hopefully this is it, one of them. Yes, it is. Alright, I'm gonna target whistle the Arbalest. put the hex on him.
Powerful blow.
So if you see if they have some armor on them, what I've noticed is they have protection. Very good. Let's see. Yeah, I'll go for him. There we go.
Executed with impunity. Be gone, fiend.
That's not good. Holy shit. Let's see. 4 to 7. Really? Maybe it's stronger though. Yeah, with that damage increasement. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. There we go. Alright, I'm in a good spot now, my guys.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Alright, quick battle up ahead. Some spiders. It's okay. They know they can resist the mark. Never seen that before. Having the Hound Rush also increased damage to beasts by 15%. But I'm guessing every time you upgrade it probably adds up to 5 or 10 at least. There you go. Nice.
This expedition at least promises success.
%40 damage increase, holy. It's gonna be very strong, indeed. Alright, hopefully this is it right here. Just looking at each guy's trap. Looks like the Houndmaster. Houndmaster has a pretty decent trap. 40%, that's good. Well, 80% to this song, which is really good. Yep, that's it. Excellent. Gotta use the last one and we're good. Alright, so you guys have a little look down on the Houndmaster playthrough. It's pretty. I like the class a lot. It's a cool class that they brought in for sure. The only thing is the downfall is they only have one really damaging build ability. Like they have one that's an AoE daunt, which is it's okay. But like it's just not really strong. Anyways, like it's not strong in bleed. It's not really effective. Like the only thing you can do is like the Hound Whistle and the Hound Rush. That's all you can really do for its damage. But other than that, it's pretty versatile. So yeah, thanks for watching this quick update guide for Darkest Dungeon
The envy of this land.
for the Corpse and Hound update. If you guys have any questions, post in the comment. I'll let you guys know. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.